All right, good afternoon. You are all welcome. I think we started this class officially. That was on Tuesday, right? And for those of us that started that class, please can you recap one or two topics that we discussed? Yeah. Or machine learning. Yeah, machine learning. AI and machine learning. Was that a major topic? Introduction to cyber security, right? So how did you define cyber security? What is cyber security? What? Okay.
There's these three words I want to keep using in my definition, but I'm trying to place this confidentiality.
Okay, CIA. So cyber security is confidentiality, then integrity, and what? Availability. So is that how we can actually define cyber security? Those ones that they are what we call the key components of cyber what? Security, the key components. Okay. So how do we define it? If you remember, I did define cybersecurity as refers to the collective methods, right? Cybersecurity refers to the collective methods, technologies, and processes designed to do what? To protect the confidentiality and then what? Integrity and the availability of computer systems, network, and data. So in summary, we can say cybersecurity is all about what? Securing the internet what? Space from the intruders or the unauthorized persons. It can also be defined as the art of depriving the black hat hackers from breaking into what system or stealing what people's file. So in essence, it's about securing the cyberspace. Yes, it's about securing the cyberspace. So as a cyber security expert that we are, or we want to become, it is our singular responsibility to ensure that the company that hires us, we protect their what? Their system. We ensure that we develop cyber or security policies that can help them to secure their information within the internet. Okay, so we also look at it from a very simple perspective that we should see cybersecurity as protecting your home, just like the way we also protect our homes from intruders. I believe every one of us here, if you want to leave your house, you know that you should be locking your doors, right? And there's a sense, there is a belief that makes you to lock the door. There's an acknowledgement that something could happen. So in other words, you are security what? Conscious. You have done your analysis, your threat analysis, either within your memory or due to the past event or what you have heard about the area, and you discover that there is need for you to lock your door. Okay, so what we are trying to deduce from here is for us to understand that that same way you ensure that your home or your house is secure. So we are bringing it towards cyberspace. Okay, now you can get the note from them later because they've documented the notes. So we also talk about effective cybersecurity what? That is for cybersecurity to be effective. There are different layers of defense that we need to acknowledge. If not, there will still be loopholes here and there. So the first one we acknowledged was what? Network what? Security. Network security. You see, for you to actually be sound in cybersecurity, there are prerequisites knowledge you ought to have had before coming here. And if I ask us now, I don't know if 100% of us have done anything related to those prerequisite knowledge. There's no way you can be a sound cybersecurity expert without understanding how system communicates on the internet, which is called networking. How many of us have once done networking training? CompTIA A plus networking. How many of us? Okay, now for you to also be very good at cybersecurity, you must have scripting programming languages because we are going to use an operating system which is different from this one that most of us are conversant with. We're going to use Linux. So Linux is the main hacker. That is for the ethical hacking aspect too, not general cybersecurity now. Because this program covers both what? Windows security, which is also known as system security, and what? Ethical what? Hacking. So that is what makes up our cybersecurity training. But we are starting with the window what? Security. Now, what I'm saying is that it means that part of the prerequisite is for you to be familiar with the usage of Microsoft Windows. So that what I should just measure on is those features that relate to what? Securing the window or the system, not necessarily teaching us how to create folder or how to, all those minor things, there are things you should have what. So I believe every one of us, we are qualified on that aspect. Now, when I say scripting language, based on the operating system we are going to use, we need some scripting languages that will help us to navigate around it. They are called scripting languages. We need the knowledge of born again shell, which is what? Bash. Born again shell is one of the scripting language every cybersecurity expert that specializes in or that is involved in ethical hacking must understand, because if you do not understand Bash as a scripting programming language, you will not be able to effectively communicate with your Kali Linux. Okay? Because Kali Linux is not a graphical friendly. You know, this Microsoft window that we are all familiar with, it provided us a graphical user interface, right? Which is what? Which is this. So if I want to create folder, I will just right click and then I will just go to what? New. But for Kali Linux, you write a code. You use one of these scripting language to write a directory that will create what? Now, how many of us have seen CMD? You know, even your window has it. How many of us have once worked in this environment? Hope you know that that is one environment that you can actually use to communicate to your system. So this is how Kali Linux work. Everything is a command line what? Operating system. You want to create folder, you write a code. Now the question is which programming language you are going to be using to instruct the Kali Linux to be performing this what? Operation for you. That is why we need those basic scripting languages. So I mentioned one that we are going to learn, which is what? Bash, which means what? Born again what? Shell. Python. How many of us have done Python training here? How many of us have done anything related to Python at all? You have written any as simple as Python variable syntax. How many of us have done that? Nobody, right? Okay, so networking, nobody as well, right? Good. So you can see that it's a journey and we will get there. It's a journey. So that is why our own program here, the curriculum I'm using, takes care of the basic of these areas. We are not going to take you to the advance of networking. The basic of networking that you need for this program, we are going to teach you. Basic of Python that you need for this program, you are going to learn it. The basic of Bash that you need for this program, you are also going to learn it. So if, as you are all seated now, and even if I ask now that how many of us have done these programming languages or this requirement, then I will just jump to what? To the main thing. Okay, so now, but we are starting with the window aspect. So one of the, for effective cyber security, so many layers are involved. The first one is what? Network security, which deals with what? Protecting the network and what? Infrastructure from unauthorized what? Access and disruption. I mentioned it the other time that it is very important to understand what? How system communicates with IP address, how we can make system hardened for the unethical hackers to break through. That is going to be our singular responsibility. And I also mentioned that this program is aimed at defensive what? Security. Defensive security, not offensive. I believe you understand the meaning of what? Defensive and what? Offensive. Okay, so for anything we are going to do, we are only trying to understand how, or the mindset of the bad guys, because it is only the bad guys that can fetch out what? The bad guys, or it is only people who understand the way the bad guys operate that can be used to what? To deal with them. So if you look at our normal physical policing system in our country, that is why most time you find out that you will get it wrong if your mindset is wrong about this program. It's the reason why you see some persons that want to bring their children to learn cybersecurity, because of this, what some people have already thought that it is all about. Everybody needs to be security what? You must know how those bad boys steal data from systems. Very important. Very important. So we have application what? Security. Application security. So this is now here. We need to also understand that even as we try to protect system, we need to also consider what? How the applications that we are using for different transactions within the internet are also what? Secured. Very important. I gave an example the other time. Most of the apps that we have on the internet, hope you know that even the entire website is the collection of what? Applications. Your home page is an app. Your About Us page is what? Another app, but they are all what? Web-based or web pages that are hosted in what? In a server. So if somebody should hack that server now, don't you think that the person can change the content and re-upload it? That is it. So we need to also make sure that what? The apps are also secure. The data security is another layer we need to also consider, ensuring that what? The confidentiality, integrity, and what? Availability of sensitive data. We have to make sure that these things are not available. You see, what we are talking about, availability and the confidentiality, integrity that we're talking about here is simply in your house. I remember those days when we were growing up, where our parents were not security conscious. They were just busy tempting us. Where they would just throw money anyhow. They put money on the table. Some parents now, they're actually trying to test you, but you may not know. But normally, you putting that money on the table, you are creating an avenue for them to steal if the purpose is not to test them. The same thing, to leave this your door open. And it gives room for someone to come here and take something. You are at fault first. You are the one that make that opportunity available to the person to stay. That is the availability we're talking about. So the system you are securing, you have to make sure that what these sensitive information are not available easily. Because when they're available, they will steal them. Then identity what? Management. So all these we have discussed them. Why I'm recapping because of is always my system. I always take some time to recap what I did previously because today I'm focusing on just practical things like I promised. So this is the only theory things we are this recapping. So now we also discuss what the importance of what cyber security. You know, there are some persons that they might be thinking of why should I even learn cyber what security, because they've not really taken time to identify what the benefits. If there is any program that can never fade out, in as much this world exists, is cybersecurity and data analytics. You see these two programs, nothing will make them to fade out. So if you want to go into tech and you are looking for a domain that will make you to stay relevant, not after 5 years, your program, this is where to be. I can tell you the reason. Both of them are marketing themselves. I am also a data analyst. So I can tell you how both of them are complementing themselves. The reason why this cybersecurity is trending today now because of what? Majority of the company have now stored their data on the cloud. So if not that their data now have been moved from their local storage to the cloud, you and I will not be hired to what? To protect. What are you protecting? If they don't have valuable information on the internet, do you think your service will be needed? No. So it is data. Is the value that companies and individuals has placed on data on the internet is the reason why protecting those data become what? Necessary. Now we have cloud storage. If you go to the bank now, it's almost paperless. You cannot even see all these big CPU again, just small network device that they have there. They are storing all their transactions directly to their what? To their cloud storage. So cybersecurity is crucial for individuals, businesses, and organizations to prevent what? Financial what? Losses. I've mentioned ransomware the other time, where somebody could just... Okay.
Based on the like that WordPress website, in that kind of a company now, is there a need of the cybersecurity analyst if it's the data are going to be stored online? Hosting it online, is that not the cloud storing data?
So you are asking whether would there be a need for cybersecurity experts?
Yes.
Very well. How would the person's service be needed?
Yes.
Now, WordPress is a content management system, right? That is what? Is a platform where different themes and contents have been developed. The individual can come there and buy, right? And customize them to become their own. Which means that what? It manages a lot of what? Data. But once you purchase that thing from them, you will now upload it in your own purchase what? Server. It has left them at this point now. The security is no longer them again because they have given you the what? The zip what? File. And you have re-uploaded it in another what? Server. So it is now become that server to protect those what? Information.
Okay. So now, knowing fully fact that it was built by a web designer, and the web designer has added several layers of security to ensure that the website is safe.
Okay, now I know where you are talking about now. Now, yes, they have to an extent automated the security because they have plugins that automatically they are what? They're spying, sending details, sending security analysis or threat analysis to different what? Platform.
Now, this is where your service is needed. That company that the security feature that they plug in there is a software that was developed. And that software is remitting its own log as in activities to an interface like a server. So you are the one that will monitor, because one, when that software outputs or maybe send a kind of security threats code, if you are not a security expert, you cannot decode it. So even all these companies still have people that manages the server side of those software. Those software that are integrated have a server, a room where somebody is busy. That's why when you are hosting the website, if you do not purchase the security feature, they will not secure your site. They will not add that security feature or monitoring feature in your site. Now, if it's a monitoring feature, it's sending signal to a particular situation room. And who are the people that are employed there? Cybersecurity experts. Now, the only challenge yes, it's actually a challenge of what you just asked now, because if the whole system is automated, so what will human being be doing? So whether you like it or not, AI has come, and it has come to stay. The only thing that you need now is for you to have the domain expertise. Domain expertise. It is your domain expertise that will help you to interpret the outcome. Simple as that. So AI has not come to take the job from professional. AI has come to take the job from average people and people who does not know it at all. So that is one thing we must understand. There is always room. In every company, there must be different level of security architecture put in place. Human-wise, technological-wise, all of them are there. Because this technology, whether you like it or not, there is an aspect of it that human being must monitor. So it is that aspect will require few persons because of the AI doing majority of the work. So that is why I say it's only those people that are actually good that will be in that category. So if you are not good, then it won't be for you, because AI itself has cut off what majority of you will have been doing. It's just like web development today. There are some persons that will tell you that there's no need to learn web development again. AI has taken over. There are people that have that kind of because ChatGPT can write the whole web page. But what they don't understand is that if you are not a developer, let the ChatGPT give you the whole code. You don't know where to take those code. You don't know how to adjust it. So whether you like it or not, to an extent, human being is still needed. All right. So now, what I want to actually focus on in this session is understanding Microsoft Windows security features. That is what I want to focus on. Understanding Microsoft Windows security feature. Understanding Microsoft Windows security feature. So Microsoft Windows has so many powerful inbuilt security features. Has so many powerful security features. Which a cybersecurity expert should understand their management. So what you are learning is just how do I set them up in a way that they can secure the system. That is what you should prioritize. Do you know what to turn off if you want to prevent virus? The features are there. Do you know how to update them? Because when they are not updated, they can be there, but they are not doing any work. So we must know how to manage them. Do you know that if the reason why you go for antivirus is part of it, but that one is not the inbuilt. Just like you are saying that the inbuilt security no longer depend on them based on the level of threat that you are envisaging. So you are like, this inbuilt cannot. But let me tell you, the inbuilt, I don't have antivirus in my system, and I don't even put it because I'm an expert that know how to manipulate those inbuilt features that they'll be more stronger than even the antivirus you are bringing. But because of not all users that knows how to twist all this, so the best thing is for you to put what? Antivirus for them. But normally, if you are an expert, you see that what? The cost of maintaining antivirus is high. Hope you know that. The licensed one, you pay not less than 10,000. The cheapest one, if I'm not mistaken. Or even some for one user. Some they are up to like 15,000. By the time you buy it and call an engineer to install it, you'll be spending not less than maybe 20K for some. Why some they are more even expensive? Some 2-user, 5-user antivirus can cost a company up to what? 500,000. Yes, these are the things you should specialize on installation. It's part of your work as a expert, which you are going to learn. You must know how to set up both the internal and what? The external what? Security. So, but today now I'm not focusing on external. Those inbuilt, those ones that are already in, as soon as you install your Microsoft window, you should know that what? When Microsoft Windows was being designed, they have already factored in a structure, an architectural structure of it that takes care of what? The security. Security was part of the algorithm or the flow charts during development stage. So it's part of what you need to know. You will see some person that will tell you that my system is over-consuming internet data. So the first thing they will do is that they will tell you as an engineer or an expert, please, can you turn off all the updates? That is risk. If you are working for a company, you should never advise them to turn off what? Updates. System updates should always be set automatically. You see, it's not as if you'll be employed, you just sit down in one place in the morning. Okay, if they employ you now, let's say Niit now employ you as expert. What do you think you'll be doing every day? Do you think you just sit down and be looking at the system? Your work is to make sure that what? All the what? The security features are up to date. If they are not up to date, you download the patches. We call them patches. Those patches, they are what we call what? Window updates. Now, there are different layers. You can just run, when you say update, it means you have just acknowledged that the software itself has been once installed, but it's outdated. So you just want to make it up. You want to patch it. Now, there is another layer that it has not even been installed. So we have install updates, and then we have what? We have updating those installed apps. Wait. So I was talking about it's very important to understand these features. We know how to update it because now you are trying to economize data at the expense of what? The system. When your system is not up to date, it means that what? Microsoft Windows or Microsoft will not be able to communicate the latest feature to that window. And the way it works is this. When we engineer want to install your system, we go to the market and buy what? Installation CD. I'm just trying to show us why it should be updated. Okay. You purchase it today. It is possible that they must have downloaded that content you are buying a year ago. So which means that the day that person downloaded that content, that was the latest, last year, and you now install on your system and format, which means that you are actually depositing last year window feature standard. And that's the system somebody will say they want to update. And on a daily basis, Windows releases what? New feature that will keep the system what? More secure, because they also want to make sure that anybody using the operating system is secure. You see, one of the reasons why you see some persons depending on Mac computer, they have a very strong security. Whether there's update.
You have this stuff.
Windows 10? No. I think they stopped releasing updates for Windows 7, Windows 8. I think the only one I can assure you now is Windows 10. And even that Windows 10, only Windows 10 Pro. I'm not sure that because the normal Windows 10, the first Windows 10 is like Windows 8 Pro, an advanced Windows 8. So what I'm saying is that it is important to update, because every day, I'm trying to cite where your work comes in, is to make sure that you run updates every now and then. In fact, every day you get to that office, you run updates. Because these bad guys, they take advantage of the system security feature weakness. Are you with me? So once they notice that your window is weak, yes, once they notice that what? Your window is weak, the window will not be able to resist the malware that they are sending. I'm talking about Mac system. Mac system is one of the most secure operating system. Very secure. That's why virus cannot easily attack Mac computers or this Apple system. But Windows is also strong, but the individual that are managing them don't know how to set this thing that want to learn. That's the reason why. So where they people turn off something, they will leave it on. So that is where update comes in. You have to keep your system updated. Now, like I said, where did I stop with the notes? I said what? Somebody should help me to read it out so that I'll know where.
Cybersecurity experts should understand the language.
Of the window inbuilt security features. Of the window inbuilt security features. So what are these features? Before we start discussing them, let's quickly see how we can access them on our system. So once I get there, I'll now be picking them one after the other and be explaining it. Let's start with the step. Now, this is the window 11. Okay? And as a cybersecurity expert, I want to exploit, I want to see those features that have been programmed to enable me secure this system from virus attack, from what? Malware attack, from spyware attack, from hardware attack. All these are different types of what? Attack, which we are going to discuss later on. But what we are saying is that how do we get to that place? Step number 1, click on the start button. As a cybersecurity expert, anytime you want to exploit the window inbuilt security feature, click on the start button and then navigate to settings. Navigate to settings. So I expect us to, as we are writing, turn your system, we need to be checking them together. Let your system be coming up. I said what? Click on what? Setting. Now, we are in setting. Then from here, look up. You have to exploit what? This option that say what? Privacy and what? Security. So once you click on it, you will now be able to, that's your next step, click on privacy and security. That is how you open up the Windows security domain within your Microsoft Windows. So you can see that this is where most of the features are enveloped. I don't know if you are seeing it. So that's why I say you should be doing it also so that you can be seeing it directly from your laptop. So if you are where I am now, you should be seeing what? Windows what? Security. And if you look at the items that are mentioned under it, what do you have there? Antivirus, right? Browser, firewall, network, protection for your device. So your next step is to exploit this option. So exploit it, your next step, then open up the Windows security. Click on the Windows security. In order to see the list of security features. So once you open it up, you will now be able to see all the list of security features. What are they? Protection area. So now I want to list out all this. Virus and what? Threat protection, account protection. List them out. All this, you must know how to configure them. They are designed to perform different security within the system. And these are your major tools as an expert. These are things you should know how to manage, because through this, you are going to secure the system. Are we there now? So let's start. Let me exploit the very first one, which is what? Virus and what? Virus and threat protection. Now, okay.
I'm on this side, but I'm only seeing privacy, and I'm seeing
What did you click? Now click on, what did you see there? Well, let's see.
privacy.
No, is this so privacy is not based on your Apple, your
This is the Windows distribution.
yes, but the security is under
Okay.
updates. Is either is at that probably where you can see that security. That's when you click on. So now I want us to quickly discuss them one after the other. So now you write the core Windows security feature heading. I just wanted us to know how to get to where they are first. Now let's start discussing them. Right. Subheading: core Windows security features. Core Windows security features. Core Windows security features. Number one, Windows Defender Antivirus. That is the first one I want to explain. Windows Defender Antivirus. So what is this feature? Now let's identify together. That's why I wanted us to open them also, that anyone I'm explaining, I will show you. Now look up, which one is this one now? Look at this one now. So this is Windows Defender what? Antivirus. That is the one that is summarized under what? Virus and what? Threat what? Protection. So let's define it. Right. Windows Defender Antivirus is a real-time protection. What's the meaning of real? As it is happening, as the system is running. It's designed to protect it. It's a real-time protection against malware. Against what? Malware. Command, virus, and other threats. Real-time protection against malware, virus, and other threats. So if there is, what is virus? A cybersecurity expert should know what virus. What is virus? How will we define virus?
An unwanted program of file.
Oh, we know that a virus can be a software.
Yes. That's why I define it as a program.
A program.
Yes.
Good.
An unwanted program of file.
Unwanted, because normally what this phishing guy, I believe you're not talking about what phishing. What this phishing guy does is to develop a software. Bad software. That software, they will launch it into your system and then use it to what? Synchronize what they need to steal your data. And it's happening. So when you do not have a very strong antivirus, what happens is that what? When they are sending that kind of malware into your system, no way the window will detect it. So now look at the reply. Look at the reply we got here when we ran that command. Look at the threat analysis. Because as a cybersecurity expert, during their meetings, during the company official work meeting where they assess, their performance, you are going to be presenting your report. Hope you know that. When they want to have their board meeting, whatever, policy making meeting, or maybe their routine meeting to check the performance of the activities, you as a cybersecurity expert, there is a report you will also be presenting in that meeting. You'll be giving them updates on how their systems, their data, or the platform you are overseeing are protected, whether there are loopholes, whether there are some threats, so that the company can be proactive. So if I ask you now, where will you derive those reports from? Because you cannot sit in front of the system and get it. You will run, look at this one now. You see this one now. If I run scan now, here now, so I am scanning this system. So every day I scan it, then write my observation. So during that meeting, I will tell them that so system is secure based on what? My threat analysis. So this is a domain. This is a career that some persons will build within this cyber security. Their expertise is just they know how to analyze threats, but they don't know how to solve it too. Their work is that just bring them into this office now. I'll tell them to analyze threats. They will analyze it. They will just enter the system, run this, run that, get what they want, and then they will tell you that hackers cannot break into the system. You pay them, and then they go.
I have a question. In terms of working in a company and analyzing
your security threats.
And let's imagine all this network, this system and network together. Can there be a singular host that can
Yes, Asaba. Yes, now. Of course, now.
Just run it.
Exactly. Exactly. And even the security of those clients may not be that prioritized. Because those ones might not be storing data. Those ones, they are just medium of accessing the network. So even the company themselves may not even keep, like the system in the various bank branches. They are not the ones storing the data. Data go to their headquarters server. So whatever activity that they are carrying out here, none of the transactions are stored in that local workstation system. So even if by tomorrow now, anybody that is thinking of hacking this branch will not even get data. The only data that they can keep is all those first-hand data, the one they collected first, like people that went for marketing. Maybe they use Excel to record them, depending on when they will impute them into their major server. That is all. So the company will give you the main domain to secure, knowing that other ones, even if anything happens, it has no negative impact. So you can see that the analysis is taking place and the result is no current threats. Now, this is where I'm going. For the fact that you are seeing this no current threats, what is the guarantee that there is no threats? It depends on how updated the system is. You can run this scan on operating systems that have not been updated for the last 3 years and tell you that no threat. My brother, there is threat. So connect to the internet, run system updates, which is going to be the next topic, system updates. How to run updates, how to download updates, how to install the updates. They are part of what you need to know as a cybersecurity system. I don't have anything that you can steal if that is what you want to hear. It's not updated. Look at it now. But let me show you one thing for you to know that I'm truly a security expert. Did you see this key here? Did you see this key? So I partition it, which I'm going to teach us later. I partition this, and any file, all my lecture, slide, all my important file, they are locked in here. No hacker can break into this place that you are seeing here. So any other thing I have here, there are applications and things that don't matter. So with this now, I don't have to bother myself with, but if it is a bank system, you cannot try this. You have to make sure that everything is updated. It's up to date. They don't economize data there. Oh. This is not personal PC. This is company. You have to tell them that you have to subscribe, not 20K subscription, no. Maybe like 100K. Heavy data. But thank God, most of them, they have even got to purchase Elon Musk network, unlimited, Starlink. So nothing concerns you with you charging them for data. And they've network all their branches. All right, so that is, now you saw action needed. Before I click now, there was a message that said what? Action what? Needed. Now, I'm still trying to expose us to the window what? Input what? Security, which you should know. These are the features that you should know how to manage, not MS Word, not Excel, as a cyber security expert. Now, look at what we have here. This one that you scan is quick scan. This one did not scan all the sectors. So this is not, there's a time that you will do quick what? Scanning. And there should be a time. There should be a kind of program time for assessing the security level of the system fully and halfway. Maybe there are some assessment that will require non-activities happening within the system. That is why you see bank, they will tell you we have a scheduled maintenance, because the update that the tech experts want to do cannot run while the systems are what? In use. So what they will do is they will send message to the customer so that if you are trying they will block the node that will allow your app to work, so that the expert can concentrate and run full updates on the system. But there are some minor updates that they will run that will not affect your activity. Those ones are the ones you can use for quick update. Now, how do you now change the update? Look at what you see here. Scan what? Option. So when you expand it, you see the option there. So you can see what? Full what? Scan. So that particular day that you want to do proper scanning, you want to touch every part, then you schedule it and then you run this, and then you'll be surprised that if I run this one now, this one that is telling me that what? No, you will see a lot of them. You see a lot of threats. Because this one could just scan maybe the surface, the application, not even the what? The root sectors. Okay, so I think I'm still on what? Windows Defender what? Antivirus. So let's look at another one, firewall. That is another window inbuilt security feature. Firewall. Can we find firewall where we are now? Is there, look at this, firewall and what? Network protection. Check if you can find it, because we need to be exploring them. That's why I said you open your system. Can you find firewall? If you cannot find it, please let us know, because you need to be checking them as we are doing it too. You cannot see firewall. Now type in that search box. Type firewall. No, up. Where you have your picture somewhere there. Search for firewall. So where you cannot find it, all you need is just what? To search it out. They are there. It depends on how the window what? Structure it. So my own case here, and I have what? Firewall. Have you find it? Good. So we should know that they are there. Now, under firewall protection, look at the different category of what? Firewall. Let's define firewall first so that we know what we can actually use it to protect. Right. Firewall. Firewall controls incoming. Firewall control incoming. Firewall controls what? Incoming and outgoing network. So this is network-based what? Security. I said what? Firewall control incoming and outgoing network traffic to block unauthorized what? Access. How many of us know that one of the best or one of the most used trick by this fraudster, by this unethical hacker, to siphon information from your system is through what? Downloading of file. Hope you know that. You know, some persons will say that I don't need antivirus. I don't have any data on the system. And meanwhile, they download things from the internet 247. Those most download files, this guy will do research and find out. What are those files that people download most? Can you think of anyone? Games, I mean, they know what people download every day. So they will go and create their own version. That original one, they will download it, bring it down, add their own spyware or malware inside, repackage it, upload it back. And then when you download it, yes, you actually download the genuine copy. But in that process of downloading, you have contacted what? Virus. That virus is on an error. The error can be that once you get to the system, switch off all the password and give us access. But you may not know. It can be that once we get to the system, zip all the file with certain what? Format. So that when they want to decrypt them, they will call us for money. That is what? Ransomware. That file can be, this is the work of some programmers. They are the ones that are writing these programs. You don't know what is that? Internet is not stable. That is why I said they can, if there is no way that it will get to a point whereby they will say that the work of cybersecurity experts is no longer needed. When we want to study ethical hacking, I will give us statistics. You will know that 77% of small-scale businesses are not secure on the internet. What are the small-scale businesses? Because they don't have money to what? To hire what? Security experts, because we are very expensive. You cannot employ, a bank cannot employ a cybersecurity expert and tell you they want to pay you 100,000. You know what we have? Let me break it down. If you know that you are a rich man, you are controlling billions of naira, and the policeman that is guiding you, you are giving him 20K per month. Who did you think is the first threat to you? No, that is how I want to give you the breakdown. Who is the first threat? Is it the thief that is coming to protect you from, or him himself? Himself. That guy will sell you out. Will sell you out. That is why people that are wise, big men that are wise, they are made. They treat them well. Why some? They don't understand. That person that is there that is helping your house help. If you don't treat that person very well, we sell you out. We tell the outsider where you normally live, and then they'll give her or him like 20 million just to give them the exact direction you are going to. So I'm just giving you the scenario why they cannot pay us more money. That bank, if they hire you, they cannot guarantee. They will ask for. Not two, not three. Even your pastor, if you are a Christian, if you are a beggar, even the Babalawo that you visit, they will say, bring the person contact. Because they know that they want to make sure that they commit you left and right, that even your BVN, all your bank details, they will hold everything because they know your potential. If they treat you bad, what we call insider threats is part of what we need to analyze. Insider threats. That is where you formulate that word GROC. That's what did I call it? That is a governance, compliance, regulation. Is a formulated policy that tells or that indicates who have access to what. Is a way of making sure that what Mr. A should not have access to, he should not not get to him. Because that is why I used an example the other time. When you go to the bank, I don't know whether it's still happening now. After you have got your ATM, it's only one person that must give you that activation code. They are trying to what? To secure the system. They say have it? Good. So it's very important. So firewall is the one that control. Now, once your system, now look up, so that you know why we have this domain network, why we have what? Private network, why we have what? Public network. Once you are on the internet, which of the network do you think will be working? Public. Now, when you are not on the internet, there is still a network. You know, do we have, I believe you know that we have internet and intranet. How many of us do that? What is the difference between internet and intranet? This is networking now, which you need to understand.
Smaller.
It's smaller. Yes, we know, but what type of network is that?
I think the communication between
Locality.
Like this,
Good. Like bank now, if you get there now, you will see LAN, you see cable crossing from one office to another, right? That is intranet. So even if there is no public network within that company, they are connected. Data can be shared. They can put a folder and share it and put it in what? In the server system. Then everybody can access and be saving their work directly from their own system. Or a particular file can be opened and everybody can be working and be saving through that same app. That is intranet. Well, internet is public now. That is the World Wide Web. Now, there is a network that controls information flowing from one system to another system. So the public here, look at what it says, what is active. In my own case now, it's active. Do you know that that office that you are employed to secure their system, prior before you came, it's possible that what? Look at what I'm doing now. It's set like this. That is turn off. And it's very dangerous. So once the public firewall is what? Is off. Do you know what this means? If I am downloading anything from internet now, no checkpoint, nobody is accessing it. So which means that what? Where there is a virus on that software that I'm trying to bring in, the virus will occupy the system and it will become the landlord. Because what will have checked it before allowing it to drop, you have switched off. All in the name of you are trying to install some app and it's throwing what? You know, an alarm that this app cannot go. You now go and turn it off. And when you finish installing that app, you did not even remember to turn it on. So this system is exposed. The hacker can easily break into it and steal the file.
As we all see now, so the will say production
Better than
cure.
Yeah.
But is there still a lot of cure online? And if the virus enters now, like 30 minutes back, 50 same infected system.
And that's why we have antivirus now.
50 same infected system.
You scan it now. The antivirus play two major roles in your system. One is prevention of protected virus. It can quarantine it. It can place that particular file in a place where it will not have any direct effect. Depending on when you come and say remove it. Then another thing is to prevent it from entry. These are the two major things antivirus does. So if you are installing antivirus in anybody's system, these are the two things you are trying to avoid. Either from new one coming in or the ones that are already in to be cured. So the antivirus has security features to take care of curing and also preventing.
So does this Windows built antivirus threat and protection, does it have that feature
Of
curing and protecting?
Now it can protect, but it will not even allow you to enter. But if peradventure it enter now, the next time you scan, it will list it out as a suspected file. And then it will ask you whether you want to delete it. See, how will I even check it now? If you connect a flash drive now, if all these features are set, they are on.
I did my scan and I saw the threat.
Good. Thank God for that. Now let me use that one to explain it. Now you see a threat here, right? And it shows hide. Look at this option. When you click here now, what do you have? Allow on quarantine. So once you put it here like this now, you have automatically deactivated it. It cannot harm the system any longer. So this place that you put them now, quarantine, then is either you have remove also there, which represents delete. This one means delete it. But as a cyber security expert, why you should not rush to go and delete? You might delete it now. It might be connected to another file. So you have to be careful.
Sorry.
Exactly. So it's better you quarantine so that you at least it's not as if every part of it that is bad. It's just a kind of suspicion. So now you are like, okay, if you remove it, then if it's connected to somewhere else, that will be malfunctioning. So the best thing was put it where it can, you like put it in a cell. When you catch it, put the person in a cell. Once the person is in a cell, you can no longer go out and steal and terrorize the world until the court will determine whether it's to be executed or it's to be reinstated into what? The community. So you have not installed antivirus yet. So all this one now, see, is an antivirus, but is internal, inbuilt what? Antivirus. That one that you are bringing is also antivirus, but what? External. They are all antivirus, the same work. But the only thing is that one is external. Maybe you have considered the one in your window to be not too strong enough. Just like the way you normally in the house now, you can decide to say, okay, you want to be locking your door by yourself, your gate. So at a point now, you now say, it's like you're not even secure for me to be coming out to be locking the gate. Let me hire a security personnel. That is where you are bringing that antivirus.
So now this person have to, if I want to check the file that has this, is it possible?
What did he list out for you? You not see
Have to.
Now look at that's the name of okay. No, the file name is what? Win32. Auto what? That is the file name. Now it's part of the system file. It's not application file.
Okay.
So if you want to check it now, you go to this is what you
So
do.
why is he bringing a system file and
Yes, now it's possible that there's something about security. There's something about security. Even normally, once you are security conscious, if somebody passed anyhow in front of your house, is that person a thief?
is that no?
Wait, you are security at alert. Are we?
Yes.
Or minded? There's somebody just somebody's head. There's a way you be like, hope is not an armed robber, are we? But truly, is that person an armed robber?
No.
That is what is happening. When the system have a very strong antivirus, it will suspect anything that does not have a license, any software that it could not verify the vendor legitimacy, it will see as what? Threat. This thing that you install this window, if I ask you, is it a license one? Did you purchase it from Microsoft?
No.
So it can see it as threat because it's trying to contact Microsoft to know Microsoft, are you the true owner of this software? Microsoft have not approved it. It could not reach Microsoft. So it sees as a threat, and truly is a threat. You don't know. It's a threat because Microsoft cannot protect it.
So if I quarantine it now, does it mean that the activation, I will lose the activation of this?
That is what he's telling you now. That activation that you activated is illegal. You did not purchase the license key from Microsoft.
So if I quarantine it, will I lose it?
You will not lose it. You will leave it because you know that it's not a virus. It's just because you did not purchase from the right source. That's the reason why it's as a virus.
And that's the thing, I don't want to remove it or quarantine it. So now, would I lose the license? Would the Windows tell me?
No. The threat is what you'll be safe from, but it will not stop it from working until you remove it. Are we still together? Okay. So we have explained how many now. So I believe now you know what firewall is. You can see that my public now, it has even shown me the network that I need to connect to the public network, which is what? This is my phone. So these are some of the things that you need to check. How do you even check the network that is connecting? That is the ISP, that's Internet or Service Provider. Or which device, or which wireless device. So from here you can check. So now let's quickly look at the next one. I will soon stop. I just want to take it bit by bit, like I told us, until the class is filled up.
So,
Okay.
you post
Images. Which of the images?
like my log, I'm supposed to get the picture.
No, I would like the image. How? Image. You are the one to go and search your images on this topic. If I give you the image now, only put it in your logbook. It's your logbook digital.
Was supposed to go.
You see, the same thing now. You just go, okay, now understand the diagram, right? Now just take the topic, like this picture now. You can just sketch it like this internet, just like public network, for example. You just draw some boxes. This one is for that, this one is for that. That's what they want to see. So let's quickly look at the next one, which is we have discussed what firewall. And now, in conclusion, it controls the incoming and outgoing of what? Anything to do with what? Network, right? Okay, now, Windows Security Center. Windows Security Center. A centralized dashboard.
For what's that one? That's
under Windows Core Security Features, right? No, just right first. So, Windows what? Security what? Center. A centralized dashboard for monitoring and managing security settings. That is the one we have clicked on now. Look at it here. You know, sometimes all these steps, you know, if I close this now, when we started, look at how we started. I came to start, right?
Yeah.
And then I selected what? Setting. Then from setting, let's wait. Then privacy and what? Security. Then this very one now. This is the center. That feature now is what opens up what? All the main what? Feature. That is what we are trying to. So it's from there you can monitor what? So it's a dashboard. From here now I can monitor the power of this one, monitor each of them. So these ones, you have written the note, have you?
No.
I said what? Okay, a centralized dashboard for monitoring and managing security settings. A centralized dashboard for monitoring and managing security settings, just like this one I just showed us now. So for monitoring and managing security settings. So let's quickly discuss briefly, and I will continue from there in our next class. Advanced Windows security feature. These ones that we have written now, they fall under what? Basic. So we have some of them are advanced now. So you can write them. Advanced Windows security feature. So what I will do is that I will just list them, and then we will take them one after the other as practical in the next class. We'll look at their definition, and then we'll look at the practical. So let me just list them. Number one, Windows Hello. Windows Hello is one of the advanced security features that a security expert should be aware of. 2, BitLocker. BitLocker, B-I-T, the locker. Secure Boot, and Windows Defender Application Guide. Windows Defender Application Guide. So this is where we stop. So what we have learned today now is how we can access this security feature. So what I will leave us with as an assignment, you go and open all these features. Just open them and see what each of them contain. Just be playing around so you can be familiar with them. You understand? Just open them. Make sure that before you change any setting, take note of what you met there. So that in case you change it and you see any reaction, just be playing around them so to know where they are. I'm still going to explore more. We still have manage what settings. We still have what allow threat. We still have a lot of features here to discuss. But that will be in the next class. Any question?
You have one question.